Hey everyone, if you've been following my social media accounts lately, you guys all know that I recently bought a new kayak. I ended up purchasing the NuCanoe Pursuit, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick tour of the Pursuit just to show you guys some of the capabilities that NuCanoe brings to the table with this new kayak. Alright, so I'll start at the bow and I'll work my way back. At the very front here, I've got the bow handle. Been pretty impressed with the strength of these handles. I load this kayak by myself with only using the bow and the stern handles. So no complaints there. Lifts the whole thing up, and like I said, I've been able to load everything by myself, no problem. Moving down the kayak, we have the extra large gear vault here. Opens up, it's got a carrier here. Usually I store my rain gear in here, but it being summertime in San Diego, I haven't used this yet. But it's got a little tray here for anything you want, whether you do rain gear, like I said, or your lunch. And then you've got more gear, or more room down inside the kayak for anything you want to put inside there. Moving down here, we've got the 14-inch bow Freedom Tracts. These Freedom Tracts let you mount all sorts of different things, making it custom for any way you'd like. I purchased this Pursuit Slick, and I'll be upgrading all this stuff soon, and I'll let you guys see it when I'm done. Alright, moving down. Here we've got the 54-inch Freedom Tracts. Again, same Freedom Tracts as the bow up here, but just more room. Again, lets you customize things, put things where you want, camera mounts, things of that nature, and endless capabilities there on those Freedom Tracts. Alright, moving down, right here, these are paddle holders. I've been carrying my paddle in using these the entire time in the past month I've been fishing this, and it holds pretty well. No complaints there. It does its job just fine. Alright, here, these are the internal rod tubes. Alright, there's 2 here on the port side, 2 over there on the starboard side, holds 4 rods. Alright, I left the rod in here after today's fishing trip to show you guys just how it works, how easy it is to get in and out. And I'd say it's probably one of my favorite things about the Pursuit, my top 2 favorite things about the Pursuit. Just real creative design. It allows you to keep your rods down if you're fishing somewhere where there's trees above you, or anything you need to worry about your rods sticking up in the back. The Pursuit lets you have your rods down, get in there into the trees or anything of that sort, and keep your rods from getting snagged up. So that's probably my favorite thing. I'll pull a rod out here, in and out real smooth. I do it all while sitting down. It hasn't been a big issue at all. Alright, right here it's got the rod butt holders right here, which keeps that rod seated in there fine. I haven't had any issues at all. It holds them just fine. You can go to the bottom one or the top one. And all the butts of my rods have been fitting in there nice and snug. No issues again. Alright, here you've got a drink holder. And again, you've got one on the port and starboard side. So 2 drink holders. Right here you've got the handles, which are internal. I haven't really used them much because, like I said, I've been using the bow and stern. But they're pretty strong. I've had no issues. They haven't been getting caught on anything or getting in the way. They stay out of the way. They do their job just fine. Again, I haven't really used them much, but they I know they work, and they're nice and strong. Alright, moving down, this is probably the most talked about item on the kayak. This here is the custom height 360 Pinnacle seat. Every time I'm out on the water and people see me spinning this seat around in their kayaks, they come around and ask me about it. And it's probably the biggest eye catcher of this kayak for sure. And it's awesome to have. Later in this video, you'll see a perfect example of me using this chair to help me catch a fish. And I talk about it, about the advantages that it gives to me later on. But I've got it on the highest height setting here. And if I wanted to get lower, I would just remove this and it would lower on down. So for me, I like to be high in my seat. Again, the Pursuit, they're known for their stability, so I feel perfectly stable sitting in the highest setting and haven't had any issues of it being not stable enough for me, or any tipping or rocking or anything like that. That's kind of NuCanoe's money makers, just how stable their kayaks are, and I've been incredibly impressed with the stability of this thing. All right, also on this seat, I can loosen these up here, and this will slide down those Freedom Tracts in case I wanted to slide my seat up for any purpose, but I like having all this room. It's another thing with the Pursuit is just the amount of room you have here is insane compared to any other kayak that I had seen. So it's awesome. Just tons of workspace. And with the 360 Pinnacle seat, folds down just fine, stays there. That's how I've been traveling. The seat just hangs down and folds up. No issues there. Real comfortable as well. The lining they have here, this material lets your back breathe a little bit, especially in this summertime heat in San Diego. I've been perfectly fine just with that wind ripping right through there and not worrying about getting all hot. All right, so that folds down. Moving on back, we've got the flush rod holders here. And as you can see over there with that rod, they angled them, which is great for if you actually have a rod there in those slots. I know a lot of the other kayak companies have their flush mount straight up and down, which means you've got that rod right up behind you. So casting, you always have to be worried about accidentally catching one of your rods while casting. Having these flush at an angle helps me cast without reaching back and hitting any of my other rods. So that's been awesome. All right, moving back here, we've got 18-inch stern Freedom Tracts. Again, I've got nothing on them yet, but I'll be making a purchase here soon to get my GoPro mounted on there and more stable than the way I've been using it lately, that you'll see in the videos how I did that. In the back here, got a ton of stern space. I went with the longest milk crate that I could find, and I still have this room right here. Plenty of room. I've been keeping, today I had my lunch there in the back and my anchor there as well, plus all of the space here for my crate. Like I said, this NuCanoe Pursuit, there's just so much room on this thing. I just keep adding more and more stuff and never running out of room so far, so it's been great. All right, to the back. Here we've got the 6-inch deck plate. It twists open and closed, so twist it open and show you guys. Down in there. I haven't used it. I haven't found a reason to use it yet. Twist closed, no problem. Shut. Again, we've got the stern handle. Talked about it. Strong, lifted up using the bow and stern handles. No issues there. This is just the red flag I use for traveling. Here's the transom hole, which flag is in. Right down on the bottom, I've got the transom motor mount. Again, I won't be using these anytime soon. I actually enjoy paddling, so I won't be putting any trolling motors or anything like that on in the near future, but maybe sometime down the road. All right, so I mentioned earlier buying a GoPro mount to get on these Freedom Tracts. I'll need to show you guys something before I cut this video off and get to the actual fishing portion. But you're gonna notice in the videos, the camera's gonna look a little unstable, and I want to show you guys the reason why. It's not because the kayak has been unstable, but I've been using this GoPro mount or this GoPro pole to put in the rod holders. It actually fits pretty well. The only issue is, as you can see here, is that anytime I move in the kayak, this thing rocks back and forth. So in the video, in my fishing videos after this, it's going to show a little bit of rocking. You're going to hear a annoying noise. That's just my the pole on this being rigged in a way that it's not supposed to, but it was the only way that I could film myself. So again, it's not the Pursuit stability that's shaking back and forth, it's just the camera, and you'll hear a little bit of a noise. So that's just wanted to show you guys that has nothing to do with the kayak. That's just the rigging that I did for it. Alright, like I said, I've had it for about a month now. I love everything about it, and if you guys have any questions about this NuCanoe Pursuit, again, I've only had it a month, but everything that I've done in it so far, I've been really impressed by its performance. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. Alright guys, in these next few clips, I just wanted to show how stable this NuCanoe Pursuit is. In this video, I'm throwing a swim bait that's 8.5 inches long, 4 ounces in weight. And as you can see in this video, it takes a lot for me to throw this bait, especially from a kayak. NuCanoe is known for taking pride in their stability, which was the main reason why I wanted to buy the kayak. The Pursuit is 13.5 feet long and 35 inches wide, and as you can see, I'm able to use my lower body as much as my upper body without having any issues in balance. In this clip, notice how I'm sitting perpendicular to the kayak, taking advantage of the 360 swivel seat. My feet were in the water, and I was still able to get a good hook set and land this tiny drop shot fish. But no issues setting the hook, leaning back in the chair when it's turned perpendicular.